Roy and Abbott.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Hey, guts! On me!
Get away from her, you...
You're gonna see some serious assembly.
Assemble.
Hey, live from Hollywood, California. My name is Zach. This is the West Coast Podcast. It's Friday night. We're watching SmackDown live, the third hour. Thank you for joining. This is the full third hour live watch along. And of course, no hate towards anyone who enjoys wrestling because there's so much of it on this weekend. We're trying to cover it all tonight in 1 hour. That's right. We're watching SmackDown. If you got Under Siege TNA updates, hit me up with them because that's going on right now. And this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday night's main event, WWE Battleground NXT/WWE, and then AEW Double or Nothing. We're covering it all. We're going to do all the predictions. So get yours in. Love to hear from you. And if you're not watching live, hey, I'll hit you up later in the evening. Hey, Ed Fries is in the building. Let us know what you're up to at Fries this weekend. Busy weekend. You got a lot going on, too, probably in your channel. So, hey, plug it. I'll plug it for you. LA Night on right now. As you can see from the graphic, R-Truth. R-Truth, the man of the hour tonight. Here at the channel, we are huge R-Truth marks. I'm talking big-time marks. Big-time R-Truth marks. Very happy to see him in a match with the largest piece of trash in professional wrestling, John Cena. We're almost there. We're almost to the halfway point of the year where we say goodbye to John Cena. I'm looking forward to that. LA Night out now. Shinsuke before him and Aleister Black right before the commercial break. It is a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Let me know who you got on this one. This is the first men's qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who I'm going to pick for this match right now. Personally, I'd like to say Shinsuke just because I have a soft spot, but he's been around. He's doing stuff on his own, so he's living life. LA Knight's the easy pick because he can get the crowd hyped during Money in the Bank. You get all that good stuff going. But Aleister Black is the new one, the mysterious one, and he can work very well in matches like this. No plugging for me tonight. Here to chat with you. Watch some local indie wrestling on YouTube currently. What is it? That's really cool. We love that. I love indie stuff. I think Aleister wins this. Okay, I'm going to say LA Knight. Mr. All Power, how are you doing? Datilla, how are you doing? I am not watching Under Siege. Please feel free to let us know what's going on Under Siege. Throw those comments in Datilla. Put some predictions out online. And I gotta say, you were there, Datilla. Knock and I were there, Datilla. Their last pay-per-view was awesome. They have their format down. They have production very tight. It is a nice. It reminds me of old school, late 90s, early 2000s. It's quick. Here we go. Chaotic Wrestling out of Boston, Massachusetts tonight. That's very cool. Masha just defeated Vix Crow. All right. Can't have Money in the Bank in LA without LA Knight. There it is. That's the obvious pick then. LA Knight. Got to find so much stuff to do for so many other people on this card. Datilla will be there live in LA. I will decide within the final hour if I'm going to Money in the Bank. Hey, some TNA news. Thank you. Did you hear Ace Austin is leaving TNA? Where do you think he'll go? I did not hear that. Ace Austin... I'd say he'd go to TNA, but maybe NXT. NXT is still looking to sign some people. I think maybe too many people from what I'm reading. Good question. Where does anybody think Ace Austin will go? I did not know that. Go to see, they're back to back. That's the genius of WWE taking over a city. They make you spend all your money in one day. Datilla's going to that too. Speaking of, let's just pull that up really quick. One match announced tonight. Oh no, I didn't load it. Don't worry. I'll put it up right now. One image I'm going to pull up here was the match that was added tonight. Legado They got a match. I'm not familiar with anyone except for I've seen Pagano a few times live, and then Psycho Clown I've seen a battle riot or something that I saw. So Worlds Collide starting to build up tonight. Starting to build up. Nick Nemeth is going to be a part of Worlds Collide. No shit. See, look at this. You guys are my news source. I don't need Fightful. I don't need their... I won't say it. Anyways, Psycho Clown, that's damn right, Ed Fries. Going to be on NXT television. I'm going to tell you this really quick right now. I think, I've told Knock this, one of the main reasons I am not too excited for Worlds Collide is because I know what it's going to be. It's just going to end in a big pageantry with people that they've already signed, and they're going to announce it's going to be NXT Mexico. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I think this is going to be. Fantastic either way, but it's like I've been enjoying seeing Natalya become natty and more aggressive, in her ring character is so much better. I agree, Mr. All Power. I love the new aggression from her. I love how she's more aggressive, and now she has like a more lighter, fluffier name with Natty. But it's you know, it's like it's like the black and pink. You got both sides of it, and it works. Not from with anyone in AAA. I only know El Hijo del Vikingo and Fabi Apache. Pagano's fun. Live, he's fun. And a lot of the AAA people that I've seen know how to work a crowd. So it should be a good show to tell. You should be in for a treat. W streaming Worlds Collide on YouTube. Is it free on YouTube? That's actually a smart move. MLW does their pay-per-views live. So if you ever just want to watch a pay-per-view, look at MLW's. And Attila, I don't know if you're going to MLW. They're coming in October. Knock and I will think about it. They are cheap tickets. We'll see what's up. Yes. Not sure if you can close a promotion as long as last just brand new Mexico, but maybe. I know what you're saying. I know. But they own, what is it, a 51% stake in the company now? In TKO. There's been a slight change in TKO's operating procedures in the last few months than when Triple H was hot with storytelling. The storytelling has cooled off, so it can stretch longer, in my opinion. Because if it was under the old Triple H writing that we've had the last 2.5 years, Judgment Day would have been broken up by now. Just my opinion. Phantom X, welcome to the stream. Chime in. We're going to go through all 3 pay-per-views, not counting Forest tonight Under Siege, but get those Under Siege updates in for me. It's streaming free on YouTube, English and Spanish. Thank you. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to get some wings, and I'm just going to do that at home. And then I'll move on. And possibly, again, the hour beforehand, if I can get good seats on StubHub, I'm not sitting in the far back for Money in the Bank here in LA for $200. I can't do that. I don't like sitting above the halfway point at a show unless it's like a smaller venue like TNA does or these new AEW venues. I could go do those. Speaking of other news and TKO's new processes, New Orleans has lost WrestleMania and announced tonight Money in the Bank will be there. Saturday, August, was it 29th? Give me an update in there if you can read that better than I can. Money in the Bank now in New Orleans. Part of a new deal with New Orleans, TKO's done. Later, after SummerSlam now. Noob, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. WrestleMania in Vegas, exactly. WrestleMania in Vegas every year. So part of this new TKO thing is in Vegas, Vegas wants to have something going on every year that's big. So you got WrestleMania, Super Bowl, NCAA tournament. Help me out. There's a couple more. So WrestleMania will be one of these altering in the rotation with Las Vegas and part of these deals. So we'll see how it goes. I do love other cities getting WrestleMania. It gives a new feel, it gives a new energy, and it gives people a chance to go to the big show. So New Orleans is getting Money in the Bank instead, and I personally have a feeling Saudi Arabia will get WrestleMania after that. It won't get this year's because the Royal Rumble's this year, right? Isn't the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia? WrestleMania Vegas, WrestleMania London, WrestleMania Saudi. Yeah, that sounds about right. WrestleMania Vegas. I'll flip London and Saudi with you. But that's the thing. You guys got my slides on point tonight. I thought that the piece of trash he is, Mr. Hefty Bags supporting because you are what you support. John Cena posted this. A scene from a movie that he wished he could have been a part of. London. He posted this for London, a possible London announcement. So you're on to something there, Phantom X. Could it be WrestleMania in London? Oh. But I think the talk is, like Mr. Alpar said, WrestleMania Vegas this year, and then either, London and Saudi. No, you got it right because I think you got it right. There's another good point. Ed Fries, Indy is owed 2 WrestleManias or Mania 2 nights too. So, I had a buddy who went to the Royal Rumble there. Said it was a great area. So, they keep having Mania in Vegas with the prices they're charging this year. I'll have to sell both kidneys to Tilla. That's just it. I don't have the money in here. And, they price it towards what the price of the market is. So if you go to another city like Indy for WrestleMania, it's going to be cheaper just because of like income and stuff like that. But you got to realize too, when you go to a big city, the cost of living is more expensive there. So it kind of balances out. Them charging more for being in a big city. I know it's a destination city with airports and the attractions. I think it's whatever. Zach, what am I supposed to do for WrestleMania tickets? I don't know. Let's get some suggestions in there. We got selling kidneys. Please don't, Attila. Keep your kidneys. There's so many things I could sell that I'm not going to sell for WrestleMania tickets. I'm going to keep my comic book collection. I'm not giving up my comic book collection. My awesome 90s collections of the Death of Superman build-up to the Nightfall collection, Spawn 1 through 75, I think I have. I'm not giving those up. I'd rather spend some money and watch it at home. Attila, it wasn't. Here in Hollywood, we paid just about $300 a ticket to sit below the halfway point. We're 2 rows up from the floor. So the WrestleMania weekend for the indie shows. That's a good point too. That's a very good point to do. There's so many indie shows. We all know that's going on WrestleMania weekend. Donate blood. You are going to look like, you see the new, was it 28 Years Later trailer with that like really skinny zombie that everyone thought was Cillian Murphy? That's what you're going to look like if you donate that much blood to Tilla. Don't do it. Try to get press passes for Mania. Those are very tough. That's a good point. Have you ever gotten press passes for anything before, Ed? Tilla, you too. Let us know. We almost got one for an AEW show like 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago here. Technically, I know it wasn't good. There you go. Plasma, blood. We gotta stay healthy, otherwise we can't even enjoy. We're gonna be in the hospital watching it. And you know what happens in the hospital if you watch it? You have to get it on this thing called pay-per-view. We have to pay $60 just to watch it. All right, Black Mass. Tatilla, you called it. LA Knight takes the win. Money in the Bank here in LA. Not yet, but taking over co-hosted press for Rumble in Florida last year. Very fucking cool, Ed. Nice. Good on you, man. I have gotten press passes to stuff here in Hollywood. So to tell you, you're in the LA area, hit up studios. They do like YouTubers and stuff like that for shows, especially Netflix. Those are easy to get. I just don't like a lot of Netflix stuff. So excited for New Orleans and WrestleMania NOLA, my favorite shows. Man, Phantom... You're going to have to wait like 5 years at least, I think, for a New Orleans one. But to be fair, New Orleans got 2 big ones, and one of them was one of the biggest ones. Gotten press passes, but not for wrestling shows. I got them for Comic Con Revolution, Power Morphicon, and Pasadena Comic Con. That's good too. I can start looking into that. All right, more men's qualifying coming up. Who do you want to see in Money in the Bank? Carmelo Hayes would be a great win for men's Money in the Bank. And let's get to the women really quick here. Julia qualified tonight. Now we have 4 in here. We got one more on Raw coming up. And then next week here on SmackDown, Jade, Naomi, and Nia Jax. Oh, I can see any of those three doing really good in Money in the Bank matches, but I think, man, I don't know. You could go either way. The thing with the women's Money in the Bank that I just want to bring up is they played on it on a Monday night, and I'm sure they played on it again tonight. The women's cash-ins have been 100% of the time. That means whoever you pick, it's got to be someone who you think they're going to have faith in taking the belt off, either Tiffany or someone later on. And we're going to the Anime Expo in Los Angeles this summer. I always wanted to go. I'll look into it. One I really want to go to this summer, there is a BuffyCon at the Hellmouth at the high school from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was thinking about going to that. The person who plays Spike, Drusilla, and a couple other people from the show will be there. So I wanted to do that. Hopefully get a good deal of money. I hope so too, Datilla. I hope so too. Again, I don't sit above the halfway point. So if it's good down below, like you got the best deal I've ever seen. Front row at TNA. Looking forward to this. I really wanted to see this live in Los Angeles. It's just I'm priced out. Peacock is free. My couch is comfy. And I don't have to pay, what, $25 for a drink and $14 for a hot dog? Charlotte is definitely winning Money in the Bank, right? I don't see her on there. I don't see Charlotte on there, Mr. All Power. Weird story I'm telling with Charlotte, too, just because she's still trying to chase the title, but also doing something with Alexa Bliss, who just kind of shaded her in the hallway afterwards, while also trying to want to align with her. I use a VPN so I can save on Peacock. Just use my current Netflix. Lucky you. You are like Eric on the channel. I am old man. So, I mean, yeah. Right now, technically here in LA, SmackDown doesn't start for another hour or 40 minutes. And I recorded on my DVR because I am an old man. Charlotte Flair got cooked by Tiffy time. Tiffy's getting better. I think the match last week, which was awesome, by the way, Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax last week was so good last week. I think stuff like that's going to give her confidence to be on the mic. Because again, when she got the title in NXT, just like on the main roster, all of a sudden she changed. Like she lost that edge that the really cocky Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time Tiffy had. But I think she's getting it back. So you're right there, noob. Nate, hello, and where are the Wyatt Six? Speaking of your Uncle Howdy avatar right there. I have seen no QR codes and nothing with Alexa Bliss. I have slowed down everything because if you pay attention to us on the channel here, every time there was Bray Wyatt stuff or Uncle Howdy's stuff on here, we've been covering it and diagnosing it, not because we just trying to figure out and break when he's going to debut, because there's so many just like really cool, deep things, especially with people who make horror movies and stuff. Julia wins. Absolutely the right move. That makes Rhea, Alexa, Roxanne, and Julia all qualified for Money in the Bank. Nate, you know it. I think it's too soon for Julia. I don't think Rhea needs the storyline. And I wouldn't mind seeing Alexa be a 3-time champ. But Roxanne Perez, I could see. But again, we're talking 100% of the time, women's cash-ins being correct. So you can have someone more new to the roster get it. Oh, thank you, Ed. Ed, you do my job for me. I have to cut you in on the paycheck, Ed. Yeah. And of course, join us Monday. We're going to be covering the season finale of The Last of Us, Knock and I, Monday as we cover that. Let's get into some predictions. What do you say about we do some predictions? We talked about a lot of news. If you got more news, hit us up. Let's start with the one that's going on right away tomorrow. I even have different backgrounds set up because I'm just so excited to have this much wrestling going on. There we go. Let's get into it. It's Saturday night's main event. I used to love these as a child. I would cut out in TV Guide when they'd have them on there. They'd show pictures of them when it was on instead of Saturday Night Live, and I'd save them. And just, I love the format. So let's go down here and get your predictions for Saturday night's main event tomorrow. I have a surprise that I think is going to happen tomorrow. Because as you can see right here, there are no women's matches. Things that make you go, Bray's birthday was 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Bray. Man, I miss Bray. I love Bray. Bray creatively was my favorite person since Roddy Piper. Let's get into this. I have a huge surprise I think is going to happen tomorrow, and that is the reason why there's no women's match tomorrow night. Here are Ed's picks right there. Drew, Seth, Braun, Uso, and R-Truth by DQ. That's very interesting. Let's get into it. First match. The match that I'm so excited for because R-Truth isn't a big program. He's in an actual match. I don't know what's going to main event tomorrow. I think probably main event Jey Uso will main event tomorrow. But this is the match right here. One of the biggest marquee matches on Saturday night's main event they've had in a while. Your champion, John Cena, not my champion because I have good taste, against who I love because I have good taste, R-Truth, who just put out a country song this week. Man, he's fucking great. Ed just said R-Truth by DQ. There's so many things that can happen to this. I don't think John Cena's showing up at Money in the Bank, but he could. I don't know. The talk is the setup for Money in the Bank is going to be a multi-man match involving John Cena and some other people. Fine. Rumors Logan Paul will join him. Rumors Travis Scott will join him against CM Punk. I don't know who it's against. I don't know what the rumors are. Let's just talk about this damn match. I think R-Truth will pull out the victory in some form here. And I think there will be a beatdown. And then in that beatdown, that will set up the multi-man match, whether it's Travis Scott coming back or someone else coming out to help John Cena just because. We're not going to say The Rock because that dude's just he's doing some other stuff. He's going to be promoting the Smashing Machine. He's just got booked for another A24 movie. He's busy. I think this is going to be a big old beatdown, but R-Truth will win. Kind of like Ed Fry said, by DQ, and that is what's going to bring on the multi-man match. And then this is what it is here. We're getting close to summer. Cody is still on vacation. Is there anyone else that should go after the Cena? Could that be the comeback for Cody then tomorrow night? Who knows? They're advertising the card right now. Saturday night's main event on SmackDown. Man. What are your thoughts? Get your picks in. Let's move on to the next one because we still have 2 more pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever you want to call them, to go through. This one, steel cage match right now being advertised. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. This is just going to be one hell of a damn match. This is going to be big time blood right here. Actually, I don't know if I'll do blood on Saturday's main event because it's NBC. I'm torn on this one. I just think it's going to be a good match. I'm going to pick Damian Priest on this one again. I think Damian Priest just kind of moves on to a title picture. I think that's what's up. I think he'd be a good pick for one of John Cena's last matches because we do have to throw some newer people in there. I know he needs to win, but wait, did he just get added to the Money in the Bank? All right, some more stuff for Money in the Bank getting set up right here with Bloodline 2.5. I know Drew needs to win, but I do believe they got to set something up for Damian Priest. Nate, I'm going to get your comment in a bit here. This is going to be a good kick-ass match. I'm very excited for this match. I don't think any big shenanigans are going to happen. I think the big thing of this is going to be Saturday's main event is the draw to a new audience, and that's what it was on NBC back in the days. So I think that's the point of this too. I'm not expecting too many big swerves to happen. But this right here, this is the big surprise I think is happening at Saturday's main event. This is why there are no women's matches, because after this brutal-ass match here, a steel cage between 2 big old men who are going to bust each other's asses on Saturday's main event, after that, while they clean up the ring, women will be shown the biggest women's roster I think WWE's ever had, maybe, are going to come out on stage, and the announcement of Evolution 2025 will be made on Saturday night's main event. That, I think, is going to be the big thing that comes out of Saturday's main event. I don't think we're going to get too much storyline stuff until the next Monday and Friday. But this is it. I could be wrong, but I think this is what's going to happen tomorrow. There has to be a reason there's absolutely no women's match on the card. And with it nearing the summer date that has been rumored, I think tomorrow night is the night they pull the trigger and announce Evolution 2 on Saturday night's main event, because then it's a talking point throughout the weekend, and you're going to make other promotions step up with the women's wrestling, including their own on NXT, which I think has the best showcase for women's wrestling on television. And I've said this time and time again, it's even a better showcase for women's wrestling than WoW. Yes, I do watch WoW. I'll believe it when I see it. However, Fanatics is hiring in Connecticut and Atlanta for Evolution fan events. There we go. There we go. Let's move on to the card. 2 matches left. Nate says, call me crazy. Sammy turns heel and joins Paul Heyman. I'm not going to call you crazy, Nate. 1, you like the Scream movies, and so do I. I just rewatched Scream 5 this week. I don't ever need to rewatch that movie ever again. I just found out. It's not really that good. Nev Campbell is good. And Courtney Cox is outstanding in that movie. But anyways, I'm not going to call you crazy because the physicality of Sami Zayn has been a little questionable. It hasn't been as aggressive as CM Punk's. So that is a good take. More chess. Thank you guys for spending your Friday night with me, by the way. I really enjoy doing these on Friday nights. I know it's a time when everyone's out there doing what they do on Friday nights, but Old Man Zach in Hollywood, these are his like calm nights. There we go. I was saying taking over NXT has the best booked women's division outside Stardom. Man, I gotta start watching you taking over live. I watch them very, very early in the morning the next day. Stardom I don't know watch Stardom, so that's why I do not have them the conversation, but I should start watching Stardom. Tony Khan still won't book women well. You want women's wrestling, watch WoW with Stardom or watch Marigold. Millennial Noob, I will say this, I do watch WoW. There are things on WoW that I don't think that they do well to represent their full roster. That's why I think NXT does a better job of it. So that's why I think it's better than WoW. WoW kind of goes through motions and just they have a lot of Barry Horowitzes, I'll just say that. This gets Punk away from his feud and puts him in the Cena stuff. I think that's what's next. I don't think they're going to do Punk and Cena Money in the Bank, but I do think Punk will be one of Cena's final opponents. I think Braun and Seth will prevail in this. I don't think their third member that's been rumored will show up until Monday Night Raw or a pay-per-view or something else that's more where the hardcore fans are. Again, I think the writing style for these matches and these outcomes is just to bring in people, and this can lead more to intrigue for new people to tune into Raw, to, subscribe to Netflix or whatever. Well, Bianca promo. Bianca's out with a finger injury. Ed says Seth and Braun. And he also says Uso. Uso. Main event Jey Uso. Again, I don't know if this match is main event or not, but his name is Main Event Jey Uso. If Logan Paul wins this match, I don't know. It has to be Jey Uso, right? This is just a good match to get Logan Paul on the card. Jey Uso just has to win. The ride and the momentum. This is a very interesting promo. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a little way out of this Bianca promo. This is a very face promo with very heel undertones. This is a very good promo. This lets us skate the line. There's a finger injury. I've broken a finger before. It hurts, but it doesn't take super long to heal. Could Naomi show up next Friday and cost someone their Money in the Bank qualifying match? I love a return to heel NXT Bianca Belair. We're all waiting for that, Ed. All waiting for that. Knoxville next week. That promo hints that she will be. That is Saturday night's main event predictions. Let us know who you have on there. And again, I'll double down. This is going to happen tomorrow night. If it doesn't happen tomorrow night, they're going to run out of time to promote the show, and it's going to be an even smaller venue than it was the first time. But yeah, get your predictions in, and let's cover NXT Battleground next. There we go. Next week's triple threat match. That's a good one. I don't think Jacob Fatu needs to be in that, though. Let's get into Battleground. And again, we're going to change the background because I just love that we have so much wrestling going on this weekend. Battleground. Now it's WWE, not NXT PLEs. It helps with the search and the algorithms out there for people in other countries, especially. John Cena next week. All right. They have their corporate reasoning for doing this. Another TKO move. But NXT, still a blast to watch. NXT is one of my favorites to watch because I can dip out for a few weeks and I can come back and still have a great time. Fraxium, man. What a great tag team. Here we go. Under Siege update. Thank you, Ed Fries. The Nemesis defeat Matt Hardy and Leon Slater during the tag titles. I got that prediction correct. Glad Leon Slater got in there, man. All right, let's break down Battleground. I don't know what's going to main event. I don't know what's going to open the show. I do believe Stephanie will defend her title in the main event, but this match would be a good one to kick off against. Keep us in the know if you know what's going on with their Under Siege match right now on TNA's pay-per-view. Joe Hendry, Trick Williams for the TNA Championship in Tampa at WWE, not NXT, Battleground. This has been a good feud. This was great back and forth with the rap and then the sing-along on NXT to bookend the show. Joe Hendry has to win. Something needs to happen, and I do believe with the rumors of the draft happening soon, even if the draft doesn't happen soon, Trick Williams should be called up because he has done everything, and he's done everything in such a great way that he's learned everything under Shawn Michaels where he doesn't need a title to survive. He's been a face, he's been a heel, he's been a sidekick, he's been a champ, he's been chasing, he's been defending, he's done it all. Trick Williams doesn't need the TNA Championship. He just needs a main roster call-up. I think Trick wins in the main event and loses the title to Mike Santana on Slammiversary. Shit, that's good. That protects Joe Hendry. That's a good one. I love Mike Santana. Him coming out in LA to that great match with Ali was super cool, man. He is kind of a new definition of a people's champion. All right, who else has Trick winning? Anyone? That's a good pick. If it's main event, I do believe you're right then, Ed. If it's opening, I'll say Zach's got it. All right, Tony D versus Stacks. Revenge, man. You don't turn on the boss. If you're a fan of Sopranos, like I'm a fan of Sopranos, something's going to happen on either side. Someone is underestimating someone, and someone's going to have backup. And I do believe it's going to be Stacks. Stacks might get a tag team partner and start to lose the little Jersey guy stuff. So I'm going to go Stacks will take the win on this. Again, start building the younger people up a little bit. But I do believe he has some help that's not someone who eats the gabagoo. And he starts to form a tag team of his own. Oh, boy. Ariana and Grand Wizard Tessa coming out on TNA Under Siege soon. I think Luca comes back and sides with Stacks. Okay, there we go. I like this presentation of the Street Profits. I don't like the theme song. It's kind of generic, but man, they look good with the belts. All right. I'm just going to say Kalani Jordan has had a great NXT run. I think she needs to learn a few more things before she goes to the main roster, because I feel like that's someone who they're going to take and bring to the main roster and not know how to use. So I hope she does not win the belt, because I hope she learns some more tools. She's gotten more aggressive lately. I'll just say that. I like her aggressive side, and I think losing to Sol Ruka will bring it out even more. And I think that's who we need to go after a women's title later on after Stephanie loses it to someone. So Sol Ruka for me is going to take this title. Hello, Kalani. This is all about Sol versus Zarya sooner rather than later. There's the good point right there. That's what it is. Sol versus Zarya. Zarya, one of the big three that they brought in. Julia got brought up. Stephanie, we'll see. But those are the other two left. So that's a good point. Zarya next in line for a title. But, yeah, Stephanie's dating someone else on that NXT roster who we'll talk about in a bit. So I don't know if they're going to call her up right away. Zelina and Chelsea are now added to Saturday's main event. Oh, Noob, thank you. Thank you, Noob, for the update. Tony Khan is striking out. We'll see how he does this. We're building to one of their big pay-per-views. So, Nate, I would love smart-ass responses to every match for the Double or Nothing predictions up next. I love snark, but no tribalism here because we watch it all, baby. All right. Again, I bounce in and out of NXT. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who half the people are in this picture. I will say this, though. Shawn Spears has a B- stable. And these two just took the belts. Hank and Tank just took the belts off of Fraxium. You can't have the hot potato going on with these tag titles. So I'm going to say Hank, Tank, and Brooks and Dunn V1 or whatever are they're going to hold on to the titles and win this matchup. All right. Bourne versus Femi. Bourne is the one dating Stephanie. The reason I don't think she's going to get called up too soon. The calling is fantastic. The fact that Spears is more focused on trying to push the calling to titles than himself. Maybe I'm missing something. Fantastic is strong, though. I can't agree with fantastic. You stop caring for NXT. Do you understand the storytelling that goes on in the CW? Have you not watched Smallville? Have you not been into the Arrowverse? Were you not in God's hand during Seventh Heaven? Reboot being made, by the way. Nate, that little boy is Randy Orton's clone, but he will be getting his ass kicked. I'm sorry, Obafemi. I like this opportunity for him, but Obafemi is going to be getting this big push. And, of course, obviously the guy from LFG who came out on Tuesday is going to interfere in this. So it's going to help build towards LFG's second season, which starts up, I think, late June. But Obafemi, come on, man. Love the guy. And this is what I believe is going to main event. Obafemi is winning. Damn right, noob. Stephanie Vacour versus the Juggernaut. Jordan Grace. She's really cool. I saw her a few times live. Again, I don't think Stephanie's going to get called up. Man, this is a match that I think Jordan Grace should win. But the timing isn't right, in my opinion. Stephanie Vacour keeps her title. And then we start on Tuesday, build up towards her next feud, whatever that may be, which will happen at a PLE that does not go on the same weekend at SummerSlam because they're not going to have a PLE the same weekend. Thank God. I think Jordan might win the title here. Okay. Could. I wouldn't be mad at it. This is great seeing how Miles can stand the main event pressure, but Olafemi wins. Jasper Troy has me intrigued. Man, you're throwing him into the main title picture already? But I like this for Miles, though. I do like that. That's a nice thing about NXT, too. Nate with a movie that was in the back store or video stores. Like, seriously, we're getting tired of random clones of wrestlers. We're getting Randy Orton clones, John Cena clones, and, of course, Asuka clones. Look, I like new and fresh and different. John Cena, one of the main reasons I cannot stand John Cena, because he just stole from so many other things and took, and people ate it up like fast food, and they just got fat off of Cena's garbage, just because cloning of other people's things, his moves, his everything. I agree, Noob. John Cena does suck. Good point, Noob. Thank you for bringing that up. Stephanie is over Phantom. That's the part of it, too. They're really pushing her in all the CW promotions. I don't know if Jordan should win this early. Agreed. She just signed. I know they'll put her on the main roster, but Stephanie Vaquer, she's kind of their showcase star. And I don't know if Booker T could handle losing her right now. She's going to do that move to Grace that makes exactly. Yeah, man. Stephanie Vaquer is winning. No need to fast track her to the main roster. Exactly. You got one going on the main roster. Let's just chill. Hey, that is the full card for Battleground. Let me know what you think of it. It looks like a midsummer kind of card. It's going to be fun. I think it's a good show. This one, unlike Saturday Night's main event, I think some storylines will advance because it's made for wrestling fans. NXT always has been. It's the one thing that TKO isn't going to super touch. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the final pay-per-view of the weekend. It is a whole lot of wrestling. Again, keep me informed on what's going on with Under Siege. If I look up anything right now, I'll start to move slow like Knock and his Wi-Fi from Spectrum did during our Last of Us review. Knock checking out the Kendrick and SZA show this weekend here in LA. Hope he has a great time, man. Let's get into AEW Double or Nothing. Look at that background, baby. The neon. They switched it up. It is now in Phoenix, Arizona instead of Las Vegas because TKO owns Las Vegas. Okay, I'm going to say one thing about AEW right now. I don't watch it as much as I used to. It has lost me. A lot of the storytelling I don't think hits. I still don't think they know how to use their women that well. They know how to use certain women that well. And one of the worst factions I've seen since Retribution is main eventing AEW week in and week out. And that is John Moxley and the Death Cab for QB writers. QB, whatever. Anyways, I do enjoy AEW, though. I do like AEW. There's a lot about AEW I love. So we're going to talk about AEW's Double or Nothing, get your thoughts in, and help me and everyone else get pumped up because this is a wrestling weekend. TNA tonight, WWE tomorrow, NXT and AEW at the exact same time on Sunday. If losing Stephanie's Booker goes back to... I love Booker on NXT. Kaz and Trick versus Hendry and Elijah has started. All right. I picked Kaz and Trick to win and then Joe Hendry winning at Battleground. So that was my thought. Double or Nothing to care about. See, Nate, that's funny. I like that. That's funny. All right, let's get into the card. This is the only one I have right now for the buy-in. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay versus Harley Cameron. I'm going to predict Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford win because they have to. But I think Harley Cameron is one of the best things in AEW. She is their R-Truth. Absolutely love her. I love the progress of Harley Cameron. And she delivers some of the best social media shit in wrestling today. Yeah, but you don't have to listen to him every Tuesday night before. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Jay Uso better win. Jay Uso is on the buy-in at double. No, I got you, Mr. Power. Jobbers. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford winning. Yeah, I think we agree on that. Megan Bayne, we got to keep the momentum kind of going. Megan Bayne and now Adam Cole kind of reversing roles here. One on the buy-in, one on the main roster. No, you're okay, Mr. Power. You're cool. You're cool. Just keep talking. I love talking to you. All right, that's the only match after the buy-in. I'm sure one or two more will just be announced online. Collision did air this week already. All right. I know this won't open the show, but the men's own heart match is closing the show. That's already been announced, so I already am pretty sure what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to win. We'll talk about it. But I think just to be fair, because as every wrestling fan knows, what opens the match is almost as important, if not more so, than closing the match, the card, because you got to set the table. I believe the women's should open to bookend and show that importance, but I also know how much it's going to take to clean up Anarchy in the arena. So that will probably open the show. They are good pairing. They are a very good pairing. Ann and Harley, I think, are going to win this, but loves Megan Bayne, and she's good. I guess I'll go Bayne. Thank you, Nate, for participating. I want the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships already. Again, everyone wants them. I still don't think AEW books their women well enough to have tag team titles. Overly pushed. Harley Cameron needs to get pushed. Megan Bayne can take over Hollywood and be blockbuster for AEW. She's got it all. You know, she'd be fun in a Commando remake. Monet, Nate says, Mercedes should win, but I'm a hater. I love it. Mercedes Monet is going to win. Monet wins. Oh, here's a good one. Athena should cost Mercedes the match and stuff the match all in. That's it. I'm not even going to comment on anything else. That's it. And Jamie can get revenge on Tony. There's the perfect AEW storytelling right there. Megan Bayne is the goddess and Penelope Ford is her servant. Noob, I'm going to get the vapors. Monet sadly... All right, we got a split one here, but I think the best storytelling is Mr. Allpower with Athena coming on. Mercedes just said in an interview that Athena, there's no reason Athena shouldn't be on TV more. Cool. Don't tell some random ass interviewer that. Tell your boss that. But I agree. That's what I'm going to say, man. Mr. Allpower, you hit on the head. Had a few bad run-ins in Boston in the early Mercedes days before NXT. Okay. I'd love to hear about them, but I know. I get it. Zach, you've been keeping up with Collision. It's been very good these last few weeks. I'm going to tell you this, Mr. Allpower. I keep up mostly with Collision. I barely keep up with Dynamite now that it kind of is on Max. I stopped it on my old man DVR, and I kind of forgot it's on Max, so I barely keep up with Dynamite. But Collision, since it's on Saturday nights, again, my Friday and Saturday nights are my weeknights, because like comedy shows and gigs around here are, you know, big for no names like me on the weeknights. Hey, that's why I keep up with Collision. Mercedes is going to swerve to victory. I'll take it, Phantom. All right. Got some good stuff on that one. There's 20 matches, so we got to keep going. Anarchy in the arena. They're rumored to be, was it 2 more people? So Gabe Kidd will join the Death Riders. And I'm going to call it right now. My prediction is Hook will join Kenny Omega, Willow, Swerve, and the Ops. He'll be back from his injury. And I do believe the Death Riders and the Young Bucks will win. The Elite Death Riders, whatever the hell they're called, the worst faction in wrestling. Sorry, they're terrible promos, terrible reasoning for the Bucks to side with them. Everything is bad about this. Marina Shafir is a terrible promo. I can't get behind Wheeler, Yeti, whatever the hell he's looking like these days. And Claudio, you are barely even in the same conversation as you were when you were part of the bar with Sheamus. I hate this faction so much. Everyone could be doing so much better. I love everyone on the other side, though. I'm so happy for Willow. She just re-signed with AEW. I love Willow too, man. I love Willow in AEW too. John Moxley's team are going to win, and they'll have a rematch at Blood and Guts. Eddie Kingston coming back. Okay. He has been training. Death Riders have to win to make the storyline make any sense. Am I right? That's the thing about everything. These Death Riders storyline things have never made sense to me. I think everything about the storyline is crap. I cannot mince words on this. I think it's garbage storytelling, everything they've been a part of. Shibata, yes. Shibata finally in a big match. I've loved the Young Bucks since returning to AEW. They have their spark back, but I'm going to go with Kenny Swerve, Willow, and the Ops. All right. The Young Bucks are back to being the Young Bucks, at least. They kind of were like mailing it in for a while. I'll give you that. But none of this makes sense to me. Retribution will win. All right. The Hurt Syndicate will hurt the Sons of Texas. I don't know when Dustin's going to retire, but this match seems very thrown together. And I think this is the match that something happens with MJF. Maybe MJF gets overshadowed by a new member, Cedric Alexander. This is the longest a pro wrestling world champion has gone MIA on screen for a major promotion. Yes, I do believe. I don't remember last time I saw the belt. Death Riders are the worst faction since Retribution was a thing. Man, I fucking hate the Death Riders. I really, really hate them. I just hope Darby returns and we get a real AEW World Champion back already. Maybe a new design. Hey, that'd be cool. I don't think he comes back at this pay-per-view. I think it's going to be a bigger deal. Also, people I know that have climbed mountains, I think you got to do some kind of like I got to train to climb a mountain. I think you got to do some stuff for like the come down. So I think he'd be rushing it if he came back for this pay-per-view. Hurt Syndicate wins because they hurt people. I'd like to see some kind of friction with Cedric Alexander joining in MJF, and I swear it would be the alternate on Cedric Alexander. Mercedes and Sammy on the same card. I know. That's what's so weird about them being on here. Where's Private Party? I do like that when they get it sung. Hurt Syndicate, MJF will help them win. I don't know where the story is going. They keep referencing Owen Hart being in the Nation. It's not the same. Not the same. We're the Von Erichs. They're a trios champion with Dustin. Where are the Von Erichs? I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. Again, I don't keep up too much with ROH. I only keep up with what Athena's doing. All right, Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. I know Ricochet would put over Mark Briscoe, but I think storyline-wise, it just makes sense for Ricochet to remain hot. I'll say Ricochet wins this one. I love that a lot of these main events are actual matches on SmackDown, too. I just want to say, tonight, tag match. Last week, great women's match. It's good. MJF is nothing but a random fanboy every time someone from WWE gets released, and he'd be on AEW. Oh. I haven't paid attention to MJF's socials in a long time. MJF is kind of like MJF and Adam Cole are two people I really used to pay attention to. Now they're good. I'm good. I hope they both do well, but I'm good. All right. Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia versus FTR. What a great time for your comment. Phantom X. I think Edge comes back during this. I think there's some form of a beatdown. I think a long-term play is Edge needs help. No one will help Edge for some reason. Then Christian somehow gets involved, I hope. And then those two face FTR at All In. That's just my hope. Again, TK's storytelling is going to throw me off. FTR pinned Nigel, but it'll be a good match. Oh, yeah, Nigel would take the pin. That's good. I like it, too. And I like that it's sporadic and it's not just him wearing his body down heavy matches every week. It makes it special. Ricochet. You're just a Samantha Irving mark, aren't you? One of the more disappointing WrestleMania shows in recent memory, and the decision is to go back to Las Vegas. Nate, that's, again, the part of the big machine of TKO. I think if the machine wasn't... Right now, I think WWE, I'll explain this one better on the podcast with Knock. WWE right now seems like cocky Marvel after Endgame. Endgame had people wowed like Triple H's writing for a while, and then the Big Machine said, "Hey, look at all this." And I'll talk about it more with Knock on one of the episodes, but that's my thought. There's a stretcher with Rico's name on it, and it's one-way ticket back to WWE. Mark is winning. Noob. All right, Nigel has been so good since coming back, all in last year, and it's all thanks to Mariah. Yeah, man. FTR is winning. Edge is coming back. Yeah, I think Edge has to come back at this to build up for All In. After this, Daniel needs to get a proper singles. Daniel needs something. Cut the dancing part out too. Looking like Alex Wright. Enough of the helping out all the mentors. Let them run wild. Damn right. Noob. Everyone says it. Mr. Allpower again here. Me and the guys who says it. Yeah, the way minus Indy Hartwell. Why isn't she on Under Siege tonight? Maybe she isn't. I missed it. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. Timeless is winning here because it's just going to be a great match, introducing Mina as a main member of AEW, and then we build up to Timeless versus either Jamie Hayter or Mercedes Moné at All In. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer here, but this will still be a fun match, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of boobies since those have been the main crux of promos lately. But I love Timeless Tony Storm. I think she's great. Shut drop kick by Ali. Thank you. Okay. The lights are out. The Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six have returned. The Wyatt Six have returned. Dexter Loomis. The masks are off, just a couple little bits of eye things. I know you're talking about this match here, Phantom. There we go. Candice versus Nikki Ash. Woo! Do I have it right here? Where is it? Let's bring him out. We're just talking about his birthday. I don't know where it is. My Bray Wyatt merch. Wyatt Six are back. Here we go. Attacking Fraxium. Attacking everyone. Now that's a wild ending to SmackDown. Keep talking about how you like it here. We're going to run through these matches real quick here. Paragon versus the Don Callis family. I don't care. This will just be a fun match. Honestly, this match will be what AEW is kind of about here, wrestling. It should be good. There we go. The Wyatt Six are finally back. I love this theme song, man. I love the song so much. Ooh, there it is. The Wyatt Six are finally back. Let's see the storytelling take place now. And again, I said it before, if we can get to a place where all this Uncle Howdy stuff was made so he could remember his brother and everyone kind of moves on one by one, but he's the last one who can't let go of the character, that to me would be the ultimate storytelling for Uncle Howdy and a great remembrance of Bray Wyatt. That's right. He forgot about his son-in-law, Dexter. Woo! It's Friday night wrestling all weekend. Undisputed Era, greater than Paragon. Yeah, I agree. What is a Paragon wrestling? I don't know. Mina's winning. This match, I just think the TNT title should be on the line. But this will set up a TNT title match between Adam Cole and Takeshita. I imagine Takeshita would be the bigger draw for All In. So that's what this match will do right here. Alexander should win and pin Roderick. Ooh, that's a good take. Oh, that will set up the match. And that'll give the other two something to do as well. Kyle Fletcher versus Adam Cole, too, would be a... Yeah, I think that's it. That's a good one. Don Callis family wins and sets up matches for all three of these at All In. All right. Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey. We've seen Speedball so many times live. He's great. You tone down the Jean-Claude Van Damme bit a tiny bit, but we're getting there. Glad to see him on a big streaming streamer. Big showcase like AEW. So I'm still marking out that the Wyatt 6 came back and surprised the hell out of me. I love surprises in wrestling so much. Charlotte Flair is next to be falling prey to the Wyatts. Ooh, that's why Bliss has been talking to her. Noob. So smart. How do we get Adam Cole TNT champion run and no defenses? I don't know. I want a promotion and not do any of the work. This match might be really good. And finally, here Okada back. Yes, because this is gonna build Okada to be this this big match guy again. I think in AEW, Speedball will lose, Okada will win, and set up at All In the unification match between Okada and Kenny Omega for the belts. I think that's what we're leading to right here. Rainmaker winning. I love Josh Alexander. He just needs something. All right, this is the main event for All In. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page. I'm up in the air on what is going to happen as a finale for this. Ospreay said that Hangman has beaten Moxley, and if he beats him, then he can beat Moxley. Hangman has beaten Moxley. Either way, makes a good story going into facing Moxley at All In. Either way, this is why I think the Death Cab for Cutie Riders are going to win, because they're going to be still cocky, riding high on that they're going to attack whoever wins this. I don't think it's a stare down. I think it's a beat down, and then we start to get some heat built up. But I think if they really are saving Moxley losing his title for Darby Allin, that's really sad. I really think that's bad. Because if you do this and you put the belt on Ospreay and you make Ospreay your main attraction like you kind of wanted to when you hired him, I think that's kind of the way to go for me. All right. Okada was Omega and Dynamite after Double or Nothing. I agree. I know. I don't know who's going to win this. I'm very torn on Will Ospreay or Hangman Adam Page. I'm very excited because the Wyatt 6 are back, and it looks like they're targeting the tag team titles finally. Who do you think should take the tag team titles, if anyone, from the Wyatt 6? Should it be Dexter and Rowan? That'd be a powerhouse one. Or do maybe throw a bone to, I forgot his name already. This is how long the Wyatt 6 have been off the air. Dude had his own faction. Why am I blanking on his name? But either way. Okada winning. Noob says Adam Page from Phantom X. That's a good one. It fries Hendry. Hits standing ovation on Kaz to win for Elijah and Henry. I hate that Kaz took the pin, especially when you're leading into something. All right, Ed, you might be onto it. You might be onto it, Ed Fries. Trick Williams, an NXT WWE person winning the TNA Championship? I like Elijah and Henry together. They're good. Still waiting on Elijah to turn heel on him, though. Dexter and Gacy, there we go. Dexter and Gacy would be a good one. Joe Gacy, thank you, my old man memory. Who are you people? Why is this? All right. That is the final match on the card for Double or Nothing. This is the card right there. I do think the smart money is to make Will Ospreay headline your pay-per-view against Jon Moxley. If you go promo to promo on your biggest show of the year, Hangman versus Moxley, you're kind of getting the same kind of people doing the same kind of thing, in a sense. Hope Arizona's a good crowd. I hope it is. You know, there's only, I think, 600 and some tickets left for Double or Nothing, which is pretty good for an AEW show and the amount of tickets that they're going for at this event. So they are very good at selling day of tickets. I would say bare minimum, they'll sell another 200 to 300 more tomorrow. So that's a pretty good show for them. But they're in Texas, Zach. Maybe the Cowboy should win. See, that's another thing. It just makes more sense having Hangman, the Cowboy, main eventing. A pay-per-view in Texas where your logo is a cowboy buckle. Shit. I think either way, we just need the damn belt off Moxley because he's a terrible champion right now. Ospreay can win next year and build more. When is Ospreay going to be the champ? When is he going to be they never had, I think, the right guy be the big guy. John Moxley was a great champion his first time. But man, they missed the boat on making Kenny Omega their main guy the first year. He was a great champion too. You should open more cards. I should. I was actually looking at getting some. I was trying to get some WWE cards this week, but they were all out. What cards should I get? If anyone wants to see me open cards, all I have is a box of Bill and Ted cards. But I've opened those before. So I'll just keep those kind of sealed up. If there are any type of cards people like to watch being opened, let me know. I like opening cards. What do you think? Which show are you excited for in boxing news? Okay. The new Pokemon set drops soon. Hey, Fries, did you get the Pokemon at McDonald's? They sold out by us. WWE cards or AEW cards? Okay, I'll still try to get WWE cards this weekend. I think I'm going tomorrow where they are. Oh, baseball cards. If I get baseball cards, I'm going to get 90s cards. Maybe I'll try to get some 90s Upper Deck and get a Ken Griffey Jr. because I used to collect Ken Griffey Jr. cards. Ed Fries is looking forward to Battleground. Let me just check something really quick here. We have a poll up on our site. Check up our poll right here on our page, and you can still vote if you'd like. And I just want to see here what everyone's votes is. So far, 64% of people are saying Saturday night's main event is what they're looking forward to the most. Next up is Double or Nothing with 21%. 9% for Battleground and 6% for Under Siege. And just over 200 votes so far. So if you want to vote and let us know what you're most excited for, Under Siege happening right now. Zach, did you watch the Thunderbolts? Not yet. Eric and Knock both did. I saw the spoilers. I saw the post-credit scenes online, though. Captain America comes to Disney Plus next week. What a weekend for wrestling, man. Under Siege, Battleground, Saturday night's main event, SmackDown tonight with the Wyatt 6, the announcement of Evolution 2 tomorrow. Telling you, it's going to happen. Oh, what movie did I watch? I told you I watched Smile 2. Totally random. I watched the 1991 MTV Music Video Awards the other night, too. Novocaine. I might watch that this weekend. I'm watching Novocaine on Paramount. Oh shit! I should have put something on here for this. Yes, thoughts on delays for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Two things. One of them, good, because if you know the history, and I'm sure you do, of Marvel and their post-production stuff, good. So now they can not like sweatshop work them, and they can get them done in time. This buys them an extra 6 or 7 months each movie. So that's good. The thing I'm more excited about with this being delayed is Spider-Man. Now does not have to be sandwiched in between the two. Spider-Man 4 can now be a cool street level movie that does not need to tie into Doomsday until the very end or a post-credit scene. So now we can get a very cool Spider-Man 4 where he has to learn everything on his own again. He can run into Daredevil. We can get the new suit on. We don't have to worry about the nanotech. We don't have to worry about tying up stuff and going into Doomsday. And we don't have to worry about all this other shit. We can get a very good, solid Spider-Man 4 because you only have Tom Holland for so long. And I'm telling you this right now, they're going to start casting Miles Morales. And the other thing that I've heard is they are casting for Ghost Rider for Doomsday, a brand new Ghost Rider. So those are my thoughts on that. You should do a poll on what gets delayed more, GTA 6 or Avengers. That is funny. I bet you GTA 6 is the reason they delayed that shit. Because everyone's going to be doing that. Heard Screen 7 is complete, just needs Marco's music, and it's done. And they do the phenomenal stuff, etc., or the promotional stuff, etc. I'm excited for that movie. I'm glad different people are doing it. I'm excited for that, though. I'm a Scream mark. So Spider-Man now going to be in Doomsday. Yes, from what I understand, he's going to have the mask on the whole time, and then Tom Holland will do voiceover because he's doing like all these other things. with this delay, they could actually get him on now, and they could actually get a couple more actors on to actually be on set. But then on the other side of the coin, I like them having their costumes on and their masks on in the movies because they barely do. Because, they want to sell their faces. But, yes, brand new day with Mr. Negative and Black Cat. The rumor is also Scorpion will be there and Boomerang, which might get gender swapped and be, what is her name? She was the sister in Succession. I think they're going to gender swap her and have her be Boomerang, but I could be wrong. But I think she's going to be playing one of the main villains in that movie. Spider-Man 4 is Peter Parker versus the Redheads. Yeah. Peter Parker versus something. He gets gingivitis. Miles Morales would be so cool. It needs to happen. So here's the big rumor for Spider-Man. I don't know where it's sourced from. This way I haven't said it, but they're casting who I think it's Miles' mother is. They're casting a relative of Miles Morales in the new Spider-Man movie. That's the rumor. I'll try to find it for next time we do the show with Knock on Wednesday. But that's the big rumor. We're heading towards Miles Morales. So the chair reveal was just half the cast. Pretty much. Sadie Sink, is that her? Then who's the one? Is Sadie Sink the one from Stranger Things? I'm confused. So many redheads now. Sadie? I'm getting confused live on air. The one from Stranger Things is rumored to be playing Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst's daughter. But now that doesn't make any sense if it's going to be a street level movie. But I don't know if it's going to be a street level movie. I don't know. It's all speculation. So I'm excited. I'm very more excited now for Spider-Man 4 than I was before. That's the thing I want to say. Yeah, we talked about Money in the Bank going to New Orleans, John Cena teasing London. Money in the Bank qualifiers, more coming. Okay, Sadie's from Stranger Things, yes. So she's the one who would be an Elseworlds daughter. I hope she's someone else completely. I just want this to be a Spider-Man movie aside from this multiverse shit. I am so sick of the multiverse. I cannot wait for it to end. And then I'm not expecting new X-Men until after the credits roll on Secret Invasion. No, I'm sorry. Secret Wars. I'm sorry I even said Secret Invasion. I should never utter the name of that crap show ever again. Oh, my. Anyways, big weekend of wrestling. Great night tonight. Holy shit, this is a great night. I went way past longer than I was supposed to, but I'm fine with that because I had a lot of fun with you. Thank you for spending your Friday nights with me. I'm going to take off because I need to find out who won Survivor. Yes, I watched Survivor. I'm just behind on some stuff. Season finale of Last of Us is this Sunday on HBO. Make sure to check in with Knock and I on Monday. We'll be breaking it all down. Oh, man, that is a wild ass story. Thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for watching my live streams about Last of Us, and thank you for watching the live streams with Knock and Us about the show. She-Hulk is coming back too. The rumor about Galactus, I don't know if this is going to be included or not, if it's going to be too much, but the rumor in one of the scripts is they explain that Galactus created the rings that Kamala, Shang-Chi, and who's the other one? Anyways, those rings will be explained by Galactus. Yeah. So many rumors. I just don't like reporting on rumors too much, but I kind of do. All right. Thank you, Mr. All Power, Ed Fries, Nate, Noob, Phantom X, everyone else who jumped in the chat, and anyone else who's just watching for the hell of it. Hope you're having a great weekend. Long weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Do something fun. I'd say touch grass, but there's too much wrestling to watch. There's The Last of Us to watch. There's too much TV to watch this weekend. I'll touch grass next weekend, damn it. Man. All right. For everyone out there watching, thank you again for spending your night with me. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. and most importantly, be excellent to each other. We'll see you later. And yeah, I really appreciate you. Thanks. Take care.
Well, beloved Duck.
Roy and Abbott.
I'm Buffy.
Ain't got on me.
Get away from her, you.
You're gonna see some serious therapy.
Assemble.